coming down to risk. Now, we're in an industry as insurance where risk is continuously growing. It's becoming more and more diversified. Nature of risks are changing. So for us, what we really need to get good at is understanding risk management. Insurance often is seen as the end game, whereas insurance is just a solution to a bigger risk management structure. So what we really need to help the broker with and embrace for ourselves around technology is how better to understand risk. If we can do that, so much the better. So we're doing lots of work at the moment in the space of surveys, understanding risk, trying to bring that survey information closer. There's lots you can do when you see a risk for the first time in terms of electric scanning. Some risk management apps that we're introducing as part of the sales process. So if you can really help your client understand the risk he is facing in the ever-changing world and position him and insurance in particular to cover some of those risks, you can add very, very real value. So a lot of what we're trying to do around the space is to better understand data, better use data, better understand what causes risk, how you counter risk, and how insurance can play an integral part of a bigger risk management structure. We've talked a little bit about the commodity line space as well. I think they're the challenges the broker has. It's very much about how to be found. I think that's more and more where the direct players have taken advantage. They've used media very well. They've used digital media very well. And I think that's the one space where our brokers have perhaps allowed the direct players to get an advantage. It's interesting for me though that UK market stats, the UK market is often considered to be a very direct market. Yet we know that only 19% of total premiums in the UK go through direct channels. That's an indication still too of the fact that the market is way bigger than just home and car. But the interesting thing in that space is that it's beginning to decline. So when you get so much complexity and you get so much noise, you also start creating confusion. It was fine when one or two of the first direct players first came onto the market. They were the lone rangers, so to speak, and it was easy to pick them out and identify them. But now there's lots of it. You encounter it all the time. So it's important that, which one do you choose? And then we start getting aggregator sites, and you get these comparisons of robo-advice. But you still end up buying products. And what we really believe is necessary in this changing world where so much is changing is something that's right for you. And in that space, we believe there's nothing that can replace a broker. How does he get found? We spend lots of time on rolling out a Santam app. We're very happy to see it getting some traction in the market. On that app, you can find a broker who's close to you. So our brokers are all listed on that, and you can easily pick it up on that. And we also have spent lots of effort on our own Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, LinkedIn. We're trying to create as many of those platforms and make as many of those accessible for brokers. So we're hoping to leverage those for the broker. And also there's lots of new things out there. There are new tools. Build your own website and things. So we want to encourage the smaller brokers out there. Be found, be heard. Use digital platforms. It's a nice way of getting yourself out into the market and it won't cost you the same as some of the direct players are having to spend. So if you can get yourself heard, there's no doubt that your value proposition will make a difference.